Could you use the microphone, please, sir? And just give us your name and city of residence.
Certainly. Ronald Madnick, 12. I'm sorry.
Other folks don't.
Ronald Madnick, 12 Pine Tree Drive, Worcester, Massachusetts. I first want to say to the chairman that I do not envy you with your first proposal. You're probably the first chairman in maybe 30 or 40 years to have to go through this process. But let me say that we are calling upon you as representatives of the citizens of Worcester to oppose those portions of the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, that annul our civil and constitutional rights. The restoration of Americans' basic rights are nonpartisan issue. Citizens from the left to the right of the spectrum have come together in outrage. The National Defense Authorization Act of 2011 is the controversial law which, among other things, allows for the indefinite military detention of U.S. citizens without charge or trial for the duration of hostilities in the War on Terror. Sections 1020 and 1021 of the 2012 National Defense Authorization Act grant the military the sweeping power to detain indefinitely anyone, Americans included, without trial or proof of crime, if they are deemed to consort with terrorists or commit belligerent acts against the United States. President Obama opposed 2012 of the National Defense Act, and for both 2012 and 2013 of the Act, insisting in a signing statement, once a law is passed, the President explains how he's going to carry it out. That's called a signing statement. In the signing statement, the President said his administration would not use the power that will allow for the indefinite detention of American citizens. He said that a U.S. citizen can never be subject to that kind of detention. Congress disagreed with him, and because it was part of a larger legislation, he signed the bill. But a signing statement could be changed tomorrow. And who knows who will be the next president of the United States, who may decide to detain American citizens without trial or charges because the law is on the books, and the president interpreted his way. I gave you also a letter from Congressman McGovern, who has spoken on this issue. Let me say that as an elected leader, that when you see something that you believe is unconstitutional, then you should have an obligation to speak out against that. From the congressman's letter, I'll be very brief and just get to the relevant parts. He went on to say, I commend the town of Oxford for its recent action in support of repealing Section 2021 and 2022 of the fiscal year 2012 National Defense Authorization Act. House Resolution 1540 was signed into law on December 31st, 2011, and contains a number of controversial provisions related to the United States policy on indefinite detention. I oppose final passage of H.R. 1540 because of serious concerns I had with the detainee provisions included in the bill. Simply stated, as enacted, it leaves too many questions and answers and creates too much uncertainty surrounding indefinite detention. Specifically, Section 2021 of H.R. 1540 does not expressly clarify whether U.S. citizens may be covered by the underlying provisions that affirm the authority of the U.S. Armed Forces to detain a person who planned, authorized, committed, or aided the terrorist attacks that occurred on September 11, 2011, or 2, was part of a substantial supposed Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, or associate forces, whatever that means, that are engaged in hostilities against the United States or its coalition partners. Section 1022 requires military custody for certain al-Qaeda members and associated forces, including some citizen suspects. And now to conclude. Last year, in the 2012 Congress, I sponsored, and I consider Representative McGovern to be one of the greatest congressmen who's ever sat in the U.S. House of Representatives, and I've known him even before his first election, and even when he lost the first time. Last year, in the 112th Congress, I co-sponsored several pieces of legislation to correct these problematic provisions, unequivocally state that the government cannot indefinitely detain U.S. citizens or lawful U.S. residents without charge, and clarity that any person apprehended in the United States is guaranteed due process provided by a civilian court established under Article 3 of the U.S. Constitution. During consideration of the fiscal year 2014 National Defense Reauthorization Act on June 13, 2003, I supported an amendment offered by Representative Adam Smith, ranking member of the House Committee on Armed Services, to strike Section 1022 of the fiscal year National Defense Reauthorization Act and amend Section 1021 to eliminate indefinite military detention of any person detained under authorization for use of military force authorized in the United States for providing immediate transfer to trial, provided by Article 3, court or appropriate state court. Unfortunately, my last sentence, the amendment was defeated on a vote of 200 to 226. I'm asking you to support our congressman in his attempt to make certain we all have equal rights. No one can take these rights from us. No country, no group of terrorists. Only we can take these rights from ourselves. Thank you.